Hello and welcome to Homer for Thursday, May 15th, 2025. Today we will be reading from lines 382 down to 6, 7, 8, 9, 399 of Book 10 of the Iliad. Today's topic will be the exchange between Odysseus and Dolon. A lot of words that we've already seen, but it's a good passage. Then in answer to him spake Odysseus of many wiles, Be of good cheer, and let not death be in thy thoughts. But come, tell me this, and declare it truly. Whither dost thou fare, thus alone to the ships from the host in the darkness of night, when other mortals are sleeping? Is it with intent to strip one or another of the corpses of the dead? Did Hector send thee forth to the hollow ships to spy out all, or did thine own heart bid thee? Auton tu mosaneke. To him then Dolon made answer, and his limbs trembled beneath him as he did so. With many infatuate hopes did Hector lead my wits astray, who pledged him to give me the single-hoofed horses of the lordly son of Peleus, and his chariot richly dight with bronze. And he bade me go through the swift black night close to the foemen, and spy out whether the swift ships be guarded as of old, or whether by now our foes, subdued beneath our hands, are planning flight among themselves, and have no mind to watch the night through, being fordone with dread wariness. Ade kotes ainoi kamatoi. Dread wariness. Kamatoi ainoi. Great words. Anyway, let's sing it. Ton pa me pomenos prosepe polume tis Odysseus. Tarse med titoi thanatos katatumios esto. Alagemoi tore wepe kaiatrekeos katelexon. Pede huotos epieneias epistratu ercae oios. Nuctati fnaien note Theodusi protoi aloi. Theodusi protoi aloi. Et in sueleson nacuon catedeth ne woton. Sector poecetiascopiasta hecasta. Neas epi crapurasa auton tu mos ane. Auton tu mosa Neas epi clapurasse sauton tu mosaneke. Tone me beta dolon hypotetre me guia. Porre sin mattesi parec nora nega gen Hector. Hosmoi pelionos agauo monicos ictos. Duose menai keteneuse kai armate poikile caukoi. Enoge me ionte toendia nukta malainan. Androndus meneons cadonerte menecti putestai. Pulason taine estoe hosto parosper. Ede keres in hufe meteres idamentes. Fuxin buelaues imitas visinur et elusi. Nukta fulla semenai kamatoia de kotes ainoi. Awesome. Great. So we have a great two halves to the reading today. We have Odysseus speaking, and then we have Dolon speaking. There's probably some like technical stuff that you can get into here, but what do I think is interesting about it is, well, it's plain to see that there's a lot of irony here in what Odysseus says. Tarse, right? Be of good cheer, right? Have courage, I believe actually is the specific one. Have courage, right, Dolon? It's okay. Just tell us what's up. What are you doing? Are you going out alone, or are you told by Hector to go out? And were you, proeke, right? Sent forth to diaskopiastai, which is to look at everything, right? Which is like, there's this interesting word here, sueleson nakuon, right? Grabbing up of the bodies, right? Sulao, right? Yeah, stripping off from the bodies. So Odysseus is curious. It's like, are you conniving? Like, are you going to do something for the enemy team, or are you just doing something for yourself? You just coming out to steal stuff from the dead bodies? I guess this is we would okay. So this is an important question because there's a lot of relativity and morality in the Iliad that's very different than how we think of it today. Would Dolon's situation have been different if he said, I am robbing the bodies, I'm not going to check out the enemy camp, right? Or would they kill him anyway? Interesting Iliadic question. I wonder if there's any instances of people robbing bodies and, during the night getting caught and then getting killed. Like, is that a dishonorable thing to do? Or is that something that, people just do, right? Of course we would say, obviously you don't want to rob the bodies. It's almost worse than going on a scouting mission, right? But what did the Greeks think of that, right? What did the Homeric Iliadic heroes think of that? Anyway, all we know for sure is that there's this interesting turn here as we go to Dolon, right? And he says Polesin matesi pareknone gagen Hector. Polesin matesin pareknone gagen Hector, right? Like, so Hector, he convinced me, he made me bewilderment and infatuation. Polesi, not matesi, right? So with many infatuations, right, Hector led my mind astray, outside, before, right? Very interesting, because then he explains what these infatuations are, which is the, bronze dighted chariot, and also, the hooves, right? That the well-hooved, horses, go horses. I love horses. Self-insertion here to the, Homer YouTube channel dialogue. Did Hector do it, or did Dolon do it? Because Dolon's the one that argued for the gift, right? He's like, no, I want them to be the one of Peleus, right? The son of Peleus, rather, right? Achilles. I want them to be Achilles' stuff, not just good stuff, right? We remember that from 3 days ago, I'm sure. Anyway, Dolon here, in that sense, he espouses the same sense of hubris that you had before, but it's very interesting hubris because he doesn't recognize that he himself brought it upon him, right? And I think that's, at the end of the day, what makes Dolon a pitiful character, is that it's not really clear, whether he really knew that he was trying to game the system and, try to get better prizes, and, his limbs are just trembling, and you know what I mean? Hypoetremeguia, right? It's just, oh man, it's really tough. What are you going to do? And it's, his limbs are probably trembling out of fear, right? They're not trembling because they have been seized by the hands of the Achaeans. So it's sad, because it's you kind of brought this upon yourself, Dolon, right? And yet at the same time, this is, he's sort of the sacrificial lamb for Hector, right? I guess, moral of the story is, if you're going to send people out like that into the night and hunting parties, make sure it's somebody that is able to be convinced to do so, because an honorable person would never cede to such a task. Anyway, we will see what Odysseus has to say more about this tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.